The Britishers came and ruled over India for nearly 200 years. After the Battle of Plassey in 1757, the British achieved political power in India. The conquest of India, which could be said to have begun with the Battle of Plassey 1757, was practically completed by the end of Dalhousie's tenure in 1856. However, the Mutiny of 1857, which began with the revolt of the military soldiers at Meerut, soon became widespread and posed a grave challenge to the British rule. Even though the British succeeded in crushing it within a year, it was certainly a popular revolt in which the Indian rulers, the masses, and the militia participated so proudly that it came to be regarded as the first war of Indian independence. The rebel forces soon captured Delhi, and the revolt spread to a wider area, and there was uprising in almost all parts of the country. The Hindus, the Muslims, the Sikhs, and all the other brave sons of India fought shoulder to shoulder to throw out the British. The revolt was controlled by the British within 1 year. It began from Meerut on 10th May 1857 and ended in Gwalior on 20th June 1858. Consequent to the failure of the revolt of 1857 rebellion, one also saw the end of East India Company's rule in India and many important changes. The leadership of the freedom movement passed into the hands of reformists like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Bankim Chandra, and Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. During this time, the binding psychological concept of national unity. At the turn of the century, the freedom movement reached out to the common, unlettered man through the launching of the Swadeshi movement by leaders such as Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Aurobindo Ghosh. The disgust with the reforms announced in 1909 led to the intensification of the struggle for Swaraj, while on one side, the activists led by the great leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, and Bipin Chandra Pal waged a virtual war against the British. On the other side, the revolutionaries stepped up their violent activities. There was a widespread unrest in the country. This caused widespread indignation, led to massive demonstration and hartals, which the government repressed with brutal measures like the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, where thousands of unarmed peaceful people were gunned down on the order of General Dyer. Jallianwala Bagh massacre of April 13, 1919 was one of the most inhuman acts of the British rulers in India. After the First World War 1914-1918, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi became the undisputed leader of the Congress. During this struggle, Mahatma Gandhi had developed a novel technique of non-violent agitation which he called Satyagraha, loosely translated as moral domination. Gandhi, himself a devout Hindu, also espoused a total moral philosophy of tolerance, brotherhood of all religions, non-violence, ahimsa, and of simple living. With this, new leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose also emerged on the scene and advocated the adoption of complete independence as the goal of the national movement. The non-cooperation movement was pitched in under leadership of Mahatma Gandhi and the Indian National Congress from September 1920 to February 1922, marking a new awakening in the Indian independence movement. Mahatma Gandhi led the civil disobedience movement that was launched in the Congress session of December 1929. The aim of this movement was a complete disobedience of the orders of the British government. During this movement, it was decided that India would celebrate 26th January as Independence Day all over the country. On 26th January 1930, meetings were held all over the country and the Congress tricolour was hoisted. The British government tried to repress the movement and resorted to brutal firing, killing hundreds of people. Thousands were arrested along with Gandhiji and Jawaharlal Nehru. During this time, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, and Rajguru were also arrested on the charges of throwing a bomb in the Central Assembly Hall, which is now Lok Sabha, in Delhi, to demonstrate against the autocratic alien rule. They were hanged to death on March 23, 1931. In August 1942, Gandhiji started the Quit India movement, and decided to launch a mass civil disobedience movement, Do or Die call to force the British to leave India. A cabinet mission was sent to India in March 1946, which, after a careful study of the Indian political scenario, proposed the formation of an interim government and convening of a constituent assembly comprising members elected by the provincial legislatures and nominees of the Indian states. An interim government was formed headed by Jawaharlal Nehru. However, the Muslim League refused to participate in the deliberations of the Constituent Assembly and pressed for the separate state for Pakistan. Lord Mountbatten, the Viceroy of India, presented a plan for the division of India into India and Pakistan, and the Indian leaders had no choice but to accept the division as Muslim League was adamant. India became free at the stroke of midnight on August 14, 1947. Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of Free India and continued his term till 1964.